AITA. For confronting my mom in front of everyone at my daughter's birthday party? I'm 30M. My mom is 58. My wife and I have a 1-year-old daughter together, and I have 2 stepsons who are 13 and 9. Background is needed here, so quick overview. When my wife was 3 months pregnant, my mother had a cancer scare. She was dizzy all the time, had to quit her job, started shitting blood, etc., etc. I'm the youngest of 4, and my mom always called me, versus my 3 sisters, who had more free time and money, to bring her to and from doctor's appointments or help her around her house. And not really considering much else, I just did it. It got to a point where I was hardly ever home before 11 p.m. My wife started hating me. She had a rough pregnancy and I just wasn't there for her. 100% my fault. She didn't end up having cancer. It was a thyroid issue, so she had it removed. But with that said, my mom absolutely knew that my marriage was falling apart, and she soaked it up despite liking my wife. It was always well, I need you, and it was just hell, honestly. I was trapped between a rock and a hard place. My wife stopped talking to me altogether and started sleeping on the couch. She did bring it up a few times, but it was never a real deep conversation. She would just make comments. I didn't realize how much she now hated me and my mother both until she got ready to give birth, and my mom showed up. My wife told her to get the fuck out and said that she deserved a day with me without her sinking her claws in. The following months didn't get better. When my mom visited the baby twice, my wife wouldn't speak at all. My mom sensed the hostility and just stopped coming over altogether. Not that it changed anything. She held the baby once for 30 seconds before putting her in her swing and telling us she needs to learn to self-soothe. She usually just came here and stood by me and tried talking to me and asked me how I was doing and kept saying things like, "Dads get depressed after babies too, so if you need help, I'm here." Despite knowing my wife was actually diagnosed with PPD. And every time my mom came here, my wife would start hating me again, distancing herself, crying more. It took me a while to put 2 and 2 together. So I tested the waters and stopped inviting my mom over, and if she would show up unannounced, I would make excuses not to let her inside, because she was never there to see the baby or my wife, so she had no reason to be inside. And after that, my wife got better. She started loving me again. Our marriage became strong again, etc. Fast forward to 3 days ago. We had our daughter's first birthday party. I asked my wife if she cared if I invited my mom, and she said, of course. But I could tell she was worrying about it. The day goes by well. My mom doesn't show up until an hour later than the party. She doesn't say anything to anyone, goes and gets herself food that we hadn't started eating yet. Then she hands me a gift. I go to put it on the table with our daughter's other gifts, and she tells me no, that it's for me. I was confused but opened it, and it's a vacation for 2 on a cruise. I say something like, hell yeah, me and Claire could definitely use an escape, and my mom looked offended and said, I got it for us. This was right in front of my wife and a few guests. I asked her why she would get her and me a cruise for 2, and she said to bond, because we have lost touch since the baby was born. I guess I kind of lost it. The look on my wife's face was a mixture of hurt and disappointment. Probably assumed I would take my mom up on the offer. And she just starts cleaning, something she does when she's stressed. So I told my mom that ever since Claire got pregnant, she's been weird. And it seems like she's doing everything in her power to destroy my marriage at this point. To get me and her a cruise on my daughter's birthday, didn't get my kid anything, and present it in front of my wife is just a slap in the face. I told her I wasn't going anywhere with her, and that right now, I only care about being a good dad, stepdad, and husband, that the family I created is the only ones I care to bond with right now, and that her using her health scare in the beginning to manipulate me into catering to her and nearly losing my family made me lose respect. She just says, I thought it'd just be nice, starts crying and leaves. I feel absolutely nothing. But my sisters are all telling me I'm done, and I'm no longer their brother over this. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed today's story, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more incredible Reddit tales. Share your thoughts or your own experiences in the comments below. I love hearing from you all. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring those amazing stories.